I'm Elaine. You may know me as Elaine, the Heart Healthy Cooking Lady. I haven't made any healthy cooking videos for about a year, and I want to tell you what's been going on in that time. I haven't been making any cooking videos because I've gained back some of the weight I lost, and I was kind of embarrassed to be showing you how to do healthy cooking when I haven't been practicing what I was preaching. Well, of course I've been cooking healthy, but not always, and not all the food that I've been eating has been healthy. So I've gained back a total of 28 pounds since the weight I lost when I was diagnosed with diabetes. So my glucose levels are good though, which is good, but my knees and my hips hurt more, and my disease will progress. Diabetes does. So I need to get my eating in control and get back to a healthier weight. I'm doing this vlog to record my experiences as I do that, and I'm calling it my Eating Odyssey because my eating has been a journey my entire life. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my growing up. I'm in my 60s, and I live outside Cleveland, Ohio. I'm the youngest of 5 children. My father was thin. My mother was overweight. 3 of we siblings have always had problems with maintaining healthy weight, and 2 of them have been thin. Diabetes runs in the family. My mother had diabetes. Her sister had diabetes. My brother and I both have diabetes, as does his 2 children, and my other brother is pre-diabetic. Food in my house of growing up was used as a comfort. There was a lot of anger in the house, and of course there were other emotions too, but anger was there a lot. And if you were feeling angry or you were the brunt of somebody else's anger, you were given something to eat to feel better. Oh, you feel sad? Here, have something to eat. You're feeling confused or don't know what to do? Oh, have something to eat. I remember my mother actually telling me one time when I wasn't feeling well, maybe you're hungry, have something to eat. So it was used a lot in our house that way. When I was, say, like ages 8 to 10, we lived on West 122nd Street in Cleveland, and it was loaded with kids. So I was running around a lot, I was outside all the time. So even though there was plenty of food on the table, I was very active. So I was a normal weight at that time. We moved to Denison Avenue, which was a main street. It was very busy, not that many kids. We lived in an apartment house. And at that time, it was just my brother and my mother and my father and I who moved. The other 2 siblings were gone from the home at that time. At that same time, I met a family, became very good friends with them. They were also big eaters. I went through puberty. There was illness in the family, lots of stress, and so I was eating a lot and gaining weight. At that time, I remember my mother and I found my clothing at the Chubby Shop of either Higbee's or May's. I can't remember which one. But it was definitely the Chubby Shop. Little boys shopped in the Husky Shop, fat little boys, but fat little girls went to the Chubby Shop. And I remember my mom took me and we got diet pills, and I lost some weight. We moved again into a row house. At that time I was in middle school and high school and going up in weight just a bit. And we bought my clothes at Lane Bryant in downtown Cleveland. I lost weight at the end of high school, toward the end of it, through some really very rigorous eating, almost starving myself, and through lots and lots of walking. When I went to nursing school in Massachusetts, and I was thin. I have pictures of me in my little blue student nurse uniform, and I'm quite thin. And I came home from that after a year because I discovered that I like to work with people as long as they aren't sick. And that kind of puts the kibosh on nursing. And I felt kind of like a failure. And I came home and I gained weight. And shortly after that, I joined the Mormon church. I went on a mission to Argentina. And the Argentines called me La Gordita, which it means the little fat one, and it's a term of endearment. Argentines didn't care that I was pudgy. They don't mind pudgy women. It wasn't like that in the United States at the time, and still isn't, though it's better. So I came home from that, met my husband, got married, had children, and you know what I did? I gained weight. But then, when the youngest was probably 3, I lost a lot of weight, about 50 pounds, through a healthy eating regimen. Was very strict about it, but it was healthy. It wasn't like when I was in high school, and lots of jogging. Then I was jogging, and after about 2 years, my knees began to hurt. I mean, really began to hurt, and I just thought, buck it. I'm going to eat whatever I want. This is stupid. This is crazy. I've been starving myself for nothing, and I just ate like crazy. So I gained back the weight, and then some. I went away to college, went to college as an adult, and was married at the time with children, got a degree in education, ran a nursery school for a while. That was a lot of fun, very active, and I had lost weight because of that. And then the school closed. The church that it was in didn't want to have the nursery school anymore because it didn't have enough children coming to it, and they didn't want to do what was needed for all-day daycare. So the school closed. I was upset. I gained weight. And then I was also, shortly after that, I went to work as a substitute teacher in local middle schools, and that was very stressful. Middle school can be stressful. And I gained weight. So I went on to library school and got a job while I was going to library school. So I was working, going to school, and raising a family, and eating my way through that. I worked my way up in the library system to being a branch manager, and I topped out at 267 pounds. And I'm tall. I'm like 5'10", but that is still a lot of weight. But then I was diagnosed with diabetes, as I've already said, and lost 106 pounds, but I gained back some. So I'm an expert at losing weight. I have probably lost over my lifetime 270 to 300 pounds, but I've always gained it back. Now this time though, I've caught myself before I gained everything back, and I really want to lose about 15 pounds and see how my hips and knees feel, and I don't want to gain it back. So I'm hoping that in these videos, which I'm calling my Eating Odyssey, I hope that I can stay focused on what I'm doing. I'm going to share what kinds of foods I'm eating this week, the successes and maybe the struggles, and how I've dealt with them during the week. I'm going to explore emotions, because that is the one thing I don't think I've done before, is to really look into deeply the emotions of why I am overeating. Because I eat when I'm not hungry. I just do. And it's for a variety of reasons, most of them emotional. So I'm going to be exploring those and what I can do rather than eating. I'm also going to explore what it really means to make a lifestyle change. We all talk about that, but what does it really mean? When you have been following a regimen and you get to the weight you want, how do you add things in? How do you maintain the weight that you've lost? I've been lousy at maintaining, but I want to get a handle on that, and I'm hoping through my videos that I can do that, and then maybe I can help you in some way also. So until next time, here's to healthy eating.